ahead, and I know, this is not something many people see on the internet, so you're in for a treat here. I am gonna do some one-arm pull-ups, all right? Really test this out. So let me get into position. I'm gonna lock my grip in just right, and I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can maybe get a double. All right, this one. All right, two. All right, guys, so there you go. You saw here, 2 pull-ups, one arm. Hey guys, this video is going to be a review of the Titan Fitness pull-up spheres. This is an awesome product. As many of you all know, I incorporate a lot of pull-ups, chin-ups into my workouts, so I thought why not go ahead and give it a shot. So to get started, some tools that I recommend getting together before you even start would be one, a box cutter. And the reason I recommend a box cutter, Titan does an excellent job of packaging. So first thing they're going to do is they're going to wrap a lot of the box in the Scotch tape, the masking tape. And then the other thing that they do, you can see they have these pretty thick nylon cables that go around the entire perimeter of the box. And the reason I'm saying, go with the box cutter as opposed to like a knife or a pair of scissors is because often, you run the risk of having a longer blade, scratching the paint on some of the product that might be in there. And so, having a shorter blade like a box cutter is going to avoid that problem. So definitely have that. And then a couple other tools I recommend having ready to go. I'm using the adjustable wrench. These are great because they're quick. You can get them on really easily. So we're going to use that when we're ready to bolt everything up. And then I also have a 15/16 socket. So that's going to help me, get everything installed pretty quickly. So that's all it. That's all you really need to get this going. All right, so let's jump in and see what we got. I already opened up the box, went around, cut the tape, cut the nylon cables. And so when I open it up, you'll find that Titan includes some really awesome stuff in here. So first you'll find a card, and this card is basically, it's a thank you, which is nice, but it also gives you the website so that you can register your product. I'd recommend doing that. You get a year-long warranty, which is pretty awesome. And then the other piece to this is there's a manual available if you need it. Something simple like this, I don't really believe you would need a manual, but if you do, they give you a code and a website. You enter that code, and it'll pretty much give you instructions on what to do. The other nice thing is they include a support number and an email as well, so that you can find that at the bottom. And then, you can also leave a review. I do recommend leaving reviews for their products, guys. So something really cool about Titan is they do listen to customer feedback. I've noticed in the past, a lot of people have had complaints about shipping, things getting damaged. Guys, I have a garage full of thousands of Titan products, and nothing has come to me in a damaged state. And as you can see, as I get into this, it's pretty robust as far as their packaging. So, throughout this box, I'll start just kind of removing some of the packing materials. They've got these big sturdy foam blocks. There's tons of these, so let me start kind of pulling all these out. And they position them in a way that, really secures the product and, keeps them from getting banged around, keeps them from getting scratched. So that's pretty nice to have that. So you're going to have lots of packing materials to remove, when you're getting started. So let me go ahead. You can see, still taking out these protective foam blocks. All right, so now that we have most of those removed, the next thing I'll do is just kind of show you what's in here. Start off with the hardware. So again, it's nicely boxed. It's all in there. I'll go ahead and open that up. And we'll use this in just a minute, but this is why I had recommended those tools. So you'll find that, within there, you have all the bolts that you're gonna need. You're gonna have all the washers, the nuts, everything to get this assembled, which is, it's really convenient to have. So I'm gonna set that aside for now and put that over by my rack. All right, so the moment we've all been waiting for, I'm gonna jump in and show you what the product looks like. So again, Very thorough packaging. You're going to find not only do we have those foam blocks kind of separating, keeping things from getting compressed and shipping, but we got lots of bubble wrap going around the product, protecting the paint. So that's nice. And the first thing I thought when this box arrived was, wow, that's pretty big. I didn't realize how big it was. But that's the other thing I find is a lot of these products from Titan are pretty robust. So let me pull this out and show you what I'm working with here. All right, so these are the Titan Fitness pull-up spheres. And what caught my eye about these were a few things that I really like. So first of all, that's great for working on your grip. If you're working on holding a heavy deadlift, or you just want to generally, develop your forearms, your grip strength. You have different size spheres that you can kind of grab onto and do your pull-ups. So I think that's nice to have some options. The larger ones are on the outside, they're going to be a little more challenging. Smaller ones are on the inside, not quite as challenging, but still tough. Then the other thing that I found really cool about this product is all of the different places that you can grab onto. So when you're doing pull-ups, you have choices. You have options to kind of hit the muscles at different angles. So you can go ahead and have a wider grip, if you really want to work your lats, and, grabbing on the outside there. But then you also have the option to have a closer grip, which, for some of us, especially when we're training at home, we may not have access to pull down machines that you might find in commercial gyms and stuff. Well, this is a nice alternative. So, that's one of the main reasons I was interested in this as well. I can grab right here with a neutral grip, and it's really comfortable in the elbows, really comfortable in the shoulders, and it adds some variety. I definitely like to include variety in my workout, and so this is another way to do that. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into the install for the product, and you'll find that usually with Titan products, they're pretty quick to get going. These, again, like I said, they include all the hardware you're going to need, and some of the more challenging stuff you might want to reference the instructions, which again found on this card here, but for this I think we can just jump right in. So I'm going to go ahead and shift the camera so you can see where I'm going to be working next. So this is a product for the T3 rack, and this product's also made for their other racks. I know it's made for their T2 rack or T3 rack, I believe, T4 rack, I'm sorry. But my rack's a T3, so we're gonna go ahead and install that today. Now, another thing to kind of take note of is I have this support. This was something I purchased in addition to the rack. The rack originally came with two different pull-up bars. One is thicker, so I have that in the back there, and one was thinner. So, I do a lot of heavy pressing, heavy squatting, things like that. So, what I was able to do was, and this is a pretty cool tip if you want to make your rack like rock solid, I replaced the pull-up bar that would originally go up here with this, and then I put the small pull-up bar at the bottom base of the rack. So, this thing is rock solid. If you look at this and I try and shake it, I really have to put some effort to make anything move. Nothing's rattling, super sturdy. All right, so let's jump back to the install. And you're going to need a few things here. So let's see, I'm going to get my bolts and my washers all set up. And I'll show you, because I've referenced a lot of different things, I want to make sure I'm doing this properly, the order that you really want to set this up as far as your nuts, bolts, washers, things like that. So first thing I'd recommend is pulling all the products, out of the box. Let me show you what I'm working with here. So I'm going to lay out all the different nuts, bolts, things like that, get them set up, and in the long run it's nice to just double check, make sure you've got everything. I haven't come into a situation from Titan products that I was missing anything, but I'm confident that if you do, and you give the number a call or you shoot them an email, they're going to be really quick to get back to you, which is really nice. So their customer support, even though they are very inexpensive in comparison to some of the other companies like Rogue, they really stepped up as far as customer service goes, listening to what it is that people really want in their products. They've made many revisions on some of the other things that they've created. I have, and I'll go into this in another review, products that over time have been improved upon, which is awesome. And the other thing that's really cool about Titan is a lot of times they'll include some extras when it comes to the hardware they give you for mounting stuff. So, you know, now I've got all my bolts, I have my nuts, and I got my washers ready to go. So like I said, they give you some extras. I got plenty of washers here. So what I would recommend doing is kind of setting everything up ahead of time. That way it's just ready to go when you start installing. So what I'll do is I'm going to start with you know, my bolts. And so the pattern that you want to follow for the bolts is pretty simple. So you're going to put a washer, and then I'd recommend putting a second washer, and that's going to go on either end of the rack, kind of like that. Kind of protects it and keeps the paint nice. And then just lightly thread on a bolt at the nut at the end. Get it ready to go. So there you go, guys. That's the first one. I'm going to go ahead. It'll just take me a few seconds to get the other one set up. So I'm going to get those all ready to go. And these things, guys, these are super robust. I mean, look at the thickness in that. You know, that's definitely going to be sturdy for the life of the rack. I've no doubt about that. You know, that's really cool. All right, guys, I'm going to pause here, and then we'll come back. Let me get these all set up, and then we'll jump back into it. All right, guys, so now it's a true test, and let's see just how this thing performs. So I'm about 202 pounds right now, and like I said, everything should be pretty sturdy. I'm going to go ahead, and I know, you know, this is not something many people see on the internet, so you're in for a treat here. I am going to do some one-arm pull-ups, all right? Really test this out. So let me get into position. I'm going to lock my grip in just right. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can maybe get a double. All right, this one. All right, two. All right, guys, so there you go. You saw here, 2 pull-ups, 1 arm. Nah, just playing. So got my bench down there. And let me show you a real quick example of some of the quality on these Titan products. So I'm going to look at the welds. One of the things in the past, and I'm talking about years ago, it was a complaint for Titan, or the quality of some of the welds. But, you know, I'm going to bring you up close and have a look at that. You know, the craftsmanship there is really good. You know, the welds beads look nice and good, and, you know, the powder coating on this is excellent. Overall, guys, 10 out of 10, I'd recommend this product. You know, it is rock solid. You're going to get lots of different back angles from the different pull-ups you can do with this. It's amazing. You know, I got back. I'm going to be training it tomorrow. Looking forward to incorporating this in my workout, especially that neutral grip. And then, in addition, some grip work using these spheres on the outside. All right, guys, well, that's it for today. You know, let me know if you have any questions. One other tip, you know, when you're installing this, I'd recommend, especially if you're doing it yourself, starting on these outer bolts, okay? Put a bolt here, slide it in, and then it should stay. Then you can go ahead and you put the nut on the back of each of those, and then finish up, and then tighten everything down. And like I said, rock solid, you know. Tried doing a few pull-ups, and nothing moved, so. Again, guys, I'd recommend this product. Let me know if you have any questions below. Let me know what you think about this. All right, y'all, have a great week.